What's up, everybody? How's it going today? And welcome to another episode of Finding Your Purpose. I hope everybody is doing good. Before we get started, I just want to remind everybody to please like and share. The sooner I get up to 1,000 or more followers, the sooner I can start my giveaways for all the stuff I got planned. So don't forget to follow for yourself and also tell others around you to follow as well. Thank you in advance. Now, let's get started into today's topic. Um, Earlier this month, you had in Frisco, Texas, you had a police officer stop a family because they thought the car was stolen. When in reality, the officer just typed in the wrong letters for the license plate. But here's the kicker. When you typed in the wrong letters, instead of pulling them over, calm and as smooth as you can, they pull them over. The family stops the car and the cop and partner and her partner have guns drawn. And the main thing is there were children in the car. And the family was on their way to an all-star baseball game. And the father sitting there explaining, hey, we're not from here, staying here at this hotel because we're on our way to an all-star baseball game. I'm the coach, and these are, my children and the teammates. Doesn't make sense. Why are you sitting there with guns drawn on children? They're gonna be terrified for the rest of their lives. Okay. Shortly after all the explaining and torturing, the police officer realized she made a mistake. She typed in the wrong letter, which made it a whole crazy fiasco of a thing. The good thing is, yes, she did come out and say, she made a mistake. You know, they're human. Yes, they are human. They make mistakes. We all do. But if you're not sure about something, you shouldn't have went up to this family with guns drawn. In my opinion, because now these kids are going to be messed up for a long time, maybe even life. When they get old enough to start driving themselves, or even when they see a police car, they're probably gonna be scared for life. It's probably gonna take them right back to that exact moment. Yes, I'm glad they came out and admitted they made a mistake. The city of Frisco, Texas, well, I shouldn't say the whole city, but the police of Frisco, Texas, they're apologizing. Okay, an apology, that's all fine and dandy, but I think these officers should have a bit more training, and I think there should be some time training in there as well. Give yourself enough time to run, you know, these license plates or whatever you have to do, because you you can't afford mistakes like this. Thank God that the the cops didn't open fire on this family, and thank God that the family didn't open fire back on the cops. So this is kind of a mixed bag story, because you're happy that nothing tragic happened out of this, but at the same time you're like, come on now, Frisco, come on now, you guys, you got to do better. But in other aspects, you can't really, you're mad at the cops because of everything that's going on in the world. You get a little nervous for everything that's going on, but you're also like, thank God they did even admit to making a mistake, because a lot of police, that's their problem. A lot of them don't admit to making a mistake, and a lot of their offices where they're located will stick up for them. They won't even admit to making a mistake. So thank God that you know they did admit to making a mistake, and like I said previous, thank God that neither side opened fire. But it was so stressful and sad that the dad did break down. I could only imagine how the kids felt and his wife felt. I would be nervous as hell, because you don't know how to react in a situation like that. I mean, and like I said, thank God, they're coming out and admitting and they're apologizing, but is there going to be some more updated training involved here? Is there going to be a way where you can teach these officers to allow themselves time to make sure they have the correct information before reacting? Because it is true, they are human, we do make mistakes. So is there going to be some updated training for one? Are you going to allow these officers time to check before they react? Because for every for every way that you react, somebody is gonna give you a reaction based off of your reaction. So you got to keep that in mind. This was just a very scary story, especially due to the fact with everything that is going on in the world with police currently and things in the past. But thank God that this one ended in a calm way, we should say. But my prayers goes out to that family, and I pray that there's some updated training going on, for these officers because, let's be real. All police are not bad. All police are not bad, but it's gotten so crazy that you can't trust any of them. You don't want to get any of them the time of day to even get close to know if they're, really trying to do their job, if they're a good cop or if they're bad. You don't even want to run that risk. It's to the point it's like, no, cops, you stay over there, you leave me alone, don't come my way, I won't bother you, you don't bother me. And it shouldn't be that way because they're supposed to protect and serve us. But in light to everything that's been going on, you get a little nervous. And it doesn't matter what race you are, nowadays you get nervous because you just don't know what to expect. But I think things will get a little better if there's some updated training that is required. And like I said, thank God that, there's nothing crazy that took place. They said, yeah, the father did, break down, and, the kids were terrified. I wonder if they even made it to their game, which it didn't say when I did research. I don't even know if they did what they had to do and left. Cause if that were me, I don't even think I would have went back to the hotel we were staying in. We would have just got on the road and did what we had to do, just get out of Dodge. I would have been so just uneasy the whole time of being there. And hopefully they don't have to go back because they're probably going to have flashbacks if they do. Let's say next year their team makes it to the All-Star baseball game. They just might have flashbacks. And who knows what will transpire from them. But yeah, that was just a quick story that I wanted to get out because it's always good to hear things like this. That way you'll be aware of your surroundings, and at the same time it's good to know that you know not everything has a terrible depressing ending. So, like I said, thank you, Jesus, that, the family wasn't hurt. Thank you, Jesus, that, they didn't retaliate on the cops, and I pray that they are finding their way on how to navigate through this. I pray that the kids are not, you know, traumatized. I pray that nobody in the family is traumatized by this, and I hope they don't stop, playing their sports, doing their activities that they do because of this experience they had. And uh, like I stated before, I do like the fact that the police did come out and acknowledge that they made a mistake because that is true. A lot of them don't acknowledge when they make mistakes. They just sweep it under the rug and let it lie there. So it is good that they acknowledged it, and hopefully the families can move on, and hopefully the cops can learn from their mistakes and do better. And with that being said, you guys, I love you guys. Stay safe out there. Stay out of this heat. Don't forget to like and subscribe and tell, all your loved ones to subscribe. And remember, we are all designed for a purpose. Therefore, we all have a purpose. So if you have found your purpose, stand in it. Don't let anybody knock you off. And if you haven't found your purpose, it's okay. Remember, keep searching. No matter how big, how small, it's there. We all have a purpose. And I will see you next week. Love ya.